Guys, this is Andrew at Night, and today what I've got for you are some tips and tricks for the Galaxy S. The Galaxy Note 2. This is going to be kind of similar to the Galaxy S3 video I did, but obviously tailored for this device. And these are going to be all tips and tricks you can do without being rooted. So as soon as you get your device out of the box, you can do these. And I've got a list over here on my Nexus 7 in Evernote, so we're just going to run through them. The first one I suggest you do is install a replacement launcher. This is the one I'm running at the moment, which is Nova Launcher, which is my sort of replacement launcher of choice. But there's a bunch of others. There's Apex Launcher, there's ADW, there's Launcher Pro. There's a bunch of them, but they basically will get rid of TouchWiz for you and give you a stock look and feel, which I really like. You can change all the icons for certain things, as you can see here, which gives you a bit more flexibility over stock ICS, or stock Jelly Bean in fact. And you can make folders and things. It's all really nice. You can change the transitions. And it's just a really nice launcher, and it's a bit quicker than TouchWiz. And if you don't like the way TouchWiz looks, this is a really good replacement. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to turn off that incredibly irritating noise. And the way you want to do that is to go into sound, also settings, sound. And this again, some of these may look really obvious to some people, but this is aimed at sort of all level of users, so some people might even not know how to get into the menu to do this. I just want to turn off keytones, touch sounds, that. And I'm also going to take off haptic feedback, just because I don't like that either. And everything now is nice and silent. Next thing is camera quick access, which is via the lock screen. So again, you want to go system settings, and you want to go lock screen, and you want to go to lock screen options, and scroll down. And you've got this option here, camera quick access, and you want to make that green. Now, whenever you're in the lock screen, you can simply launch it in some way. How does it do it? There you go, like that. So again, I'll show you that again. You just touch the screen and twizzle it, sort of the orientation in which you take a photo, and it'll automatically open the camera for you, which is pretty awesome. Next thing is Google Now, and a couple of different ways you can get to it. First way is if you use Nova Launcher like this, you can simply hit search bar, or any of the search bar and other launchers, opens you into Google Now. You can also hold the home button, then hit the G button there, and that will open Google Now. And the other one you can do is just hold down the menu button, and that'll again open Google Now, which is pretty cool. Next one we have got is the S Pen stuff. So we're just going to remove the S Pen, and we're going to open up something with a list. I believe settings works for this. And what you can do is hover over and scroll on a list. You see the little icon changes to the arrow, and you can just scroll in lists without touching the screen, which is pretty cool. Bit more functionality with the S Pen, and I do like this S Pen as well. The screen size just works really well. The S Pen Alert is quite a cool option, which what is S Pen settings? There we go. If you go into settings and S Pen, you can scroll down. I'll scroll up, in fact, where is it? Here we go, S Pen Keeper, and you want to tick that so that it's green. Now what this does is it makes it so that if you leave your S Pen on the desk and you walk away, the phone will vibrate and make an alert in your pocket so you know you've forgotten it. And I'm going to try and demonstrate this on camera, but it's a little bit dodgy, so it may not work. Sorry, should have muted it. It's a bit dodgy, so it may not work, but I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to power off the device, and I'm going to put it into my pocket. I'm now going to walk around a bit, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it go off. Okay, I don't think it's going to work. It did work earlier, so it definitely does work. It's maybe a little bit hit and miss, as that demonstration proved, but at least they've got that in there. It's something you can try out, and at least gives you a bit more of a chance to remember this if you leave it on a desk. Next we have Voice Counsel, which I've actually done a video on all on its own, and this is basically a way to speed the phone up slightly. If you go into Voice, and you can obviously do that from your, I've not got it on my application list, so that's the quickest way I can get to it. And you want to go into the menu, hit settings, and you want to untick open via home key. And what this will do is whenever you press the home key, the device will know you want to go straight home, whereas before it's a double tap, so it sort of waits a bit. And obviously this is explaining it in quite naive terms. I have no idea how it really works, but this is what is going on, and this is sort of the quick. I've tripped over myself. You experience that increase in quickness just because it doesn't seem to be waiting for that second click. So applications close out that little bit quicker from the home button and makes the whole experience slightly quicker. And I also suggest you don't use S-Voice and that you do use Google Now, as it's infinitely better. Status bar pull down. This is something quite cool that was in the original Galaxy S3. If you open a full screen application, where's a full screen one? We're going to shine it again. And you pull from an edge of the screen, depending on your orientation, it will pull up the status bar for you, or notification bar, which is pretty cool. It's not in stock Android, and it's not in CyanogenMod, and it's something I think they should implement, because it's really good if you're playing a game and you get an alert and you want to check what it is, or you want to check the time or something. It's really nice functionality. Smart rotation is another quite cool feature. Let's go into the settings, and it is under, I believe it's under display. Where is it? Smart rotation, here we go. So you've got smart stay, which you've all seen before on the Galaxy S3, and smart rotation, which basically solves that age-old problem that when you're lying in bed and you rotate the device to text or game or something, it seems to think, well, it obviously thinks that you're in horizontal orientation and flips the screen around. This remedies this by using the front-facing camera to look at your eyes. So if you are lying down on a surface like that, on a bed or something, and you tip the device, it will check to see where your eyes are, and it will either rotate it if it needs to be rotated, or if you're already lined up in the orientation you desire, it will stay in that orientation. So it's pretty cool. It works about 90% of the time for me, but I think that's another feature that should be in stock Android. I mean, I get very irritated, especially on my Nexus 7, if I'm reading in bed and I roll over, it automatically flips the orientation. You can turn that off, but then you come into the situation where you want to actually make it flip. So this just sort of has the best of both worlds, and pretty much solves that for you. Another thing we're going to look at is a couple of applications I suggest you install. The first is Google Chrome, which if you use it on your desktop or your Mac or on another tablet or whatever, I suggest you use this. It lets you sync all your shortcuts and things across devices, and also has this cool option where you can see, so for example, I can see what's on my MacBook Pro, I can see what's open on my Nexus 7, I can see what's on my GTI 9300. That's my sister's Nexus 7, which still shouldn't be logged in. That's a bit of a worry. Ubuntu, that's on my other netbook, and for some reason, oh yeah, I rooted my GTI 9300, so this is thinking there's another device there. And the battery's running out on my S3. But that's another cool app you can use. The other one I suggest you download is Solid Explorer, and this is basically a slightly more powerful version of the stock. Well, it's not a basic version of that. It's another file explorer, but it's more powerful than the stock one. So I suggest you try this one out. You can do things like dual pane, so you can drag and drop into Dropbox and things like that. Right guys, I hope you found those tips and tricks useful. If there's anything else you want to ask me about, please comment in the description or drop me a PM. And if there's anything else you want to see in these videos, also again comment. If you haven't seen me before, please subscribe. Please hit the like button, as that really does help with my sort of motivation and things like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ra!